This was an all-out debacle. Thibodeau related. Josh Hart, first of all, you're doubling the post. I got to close this space off. Joel Embiid can't split through. The main problem is DiVincenzo. Jalen Brunson's rotating to the top of the key. You got to be ready to rotate to the corner. Like, I don't know what else there is to say. You got to rotate to the corner, and then Hartenstein would have to come down to Kelly Oubre Jr. Jalen Brunson rotates. DiVincenzo's asleep. Open three. Isaiah Hartenstein's turn. You're not a part of this screen. It's Josh Hart and DiVincenzo. I'm assuming it's a switch. I don't know what it is. You're not a part of it. Get over to Embiid. You're not seeing Embiid. You're just in the middle of nowhere. Catch two. Everyone's in the clouds again. This off a made basket. Cannot happen off a made. Josh Hart, sprint, but you do not backpedal and sprint back. You're backpedaling. Now, why is it DiVincenzo, who's been back this whole time, why is he not ready to guard? Look at his feet. Josh Hart should be in help. DiVincenzo's not ready to guard. And directly off a made basket, the Sixers are just getting 2 points right back. Sloppy transition defense. First of all, Josh Hart should be sprinting to the corner so Jalen Brunson can play up and ready to guard Tyrese Maxey. The main problem, and this is coaching, you go into a game, every time Jalen Brunson and Miles McBride are a part of a screen, it's a switch. We don't need to talk about it. It's a switch. There's no thinking. Because right now you're communicating a switch smack dab in the middle of the play right here. So no one's ready to switch onto Kyle Lowry. Rip and go, draw help, Tobias Harris. What is Mitchell Robinson doing? Up the line and in help. Up the line and in help so I can recover. There's no reason for you to be in the paint right now. I'm still getting that dribble picked up, but you're backpedaling to the paint. Obviously this happens. This is coaching. Jalen Brunson, as Tobias Harris goes to the top of the key, I'm still seeing ball and man. I'm obviously in the gaps on Tyrese Maxey. You're not seeing it. Get your back to the sideline so I can stunt. I can recover with my feet set. You're just seeing the ball. You never saw it. Isaiah Hartenstein, it's going to happen multiple times this game. Don't body up and you're fine right now. Jalen Brunson, OG Anunoby, all the way over and help. You're good. Hands up. All of a sudden here, look at you start to body up on Joel Embiid. So as you're putting your chest into him, he's going to put his shoulder into you. That creates the space for this. Right at the end of the half and wait for the end of the fourth quarter. There's 4 seconds left in the half. We got to guard this. So, we could switch here, right, and just force Maxey to the middle of the floor where there's nothing but bodies. Or we could hedge this. I mean, Maxey's at half court. If Miles McBride would get underneath the screen or Kyle Lowry, there'd be backside up. You don't guard this. Tyrese Maxey comes off a screen. There's no defense. Right to the rim at the end of the half. Nope. No, this is coaching. Josh Hart, your back is always to the baseline, and I'm not guarding above the three-point line. I'm seeing ball, I'm seeing man. You got your back turned to the ball, poof. Easy backdoor cut for two. I don't even know how to explain this. Josh Hart, guard the ball. What are you looking at right here? Focus on the ball. What just happened? Isaiah Hartenstein again. You're guarding Embiid in the high post. You've got help on the strong side of the just show your hands, slide your feet, force them to the strong side of the. You got nothing but bodies there to help you. Instead, what does Hartenstein do? You try and put your chest into Embiid. So now he's just going to use his shoulder to spin off you away from this help, and that's points. How did the Knicks screw this up? You've been doubling Embiid the whole series. Dante DiVincenzo goes to double. Does Josh Hart know this? Because as soon as he goes to double, you got to sprint to Tyrese Maxey one pass away. OG Anunoby would take Oubre on the cut, but once DiVincenzo leaves the double, he would go back to Oubre and push OG Anunoby back to the wing. But none of those arrows matter when no one's even rotating the first time. Miles McBride, for absolutely no reason, crowds Tyrese Maxey. Why can't you play 2 steps off and be ready to slide your feet? Obviously, he's blowing by you when you crowd him up at half court. So now, though, Josh Hart's got to stay with Cameron Payne. The help has to come here from the gaps and OG Anunoby. He should already be over with his feet set in a defensive stance. He can help and recover. If Josh Hart leaves, I mean, obviously you're not recovering from this. Wide open three. Miles McBride again. Is this real? Just guard the ball. What is McBride? Look at his eyes. You're looking for a screen. Well, guess what? Maxey's going to blow by you the other way. Why does Tyrese Maxey have to cook every Knicks defender? First of all, I mean, are the Knicks icing this? What is McBride doing? If McBride's icing this, Mitchell Robinson's got to get over there, obviously. Keeping Maxey to the sidelines, you'd have backside help right there with DiVincenzo on Embiid's roll. What's happening here? It looks like Miles McBride's just leaning towards the screen again. Wide open. More coaching! You're doubling Embiid again. First of all, Josh Hart, you're not doubling here. Stay with Kelly Oubre. McBride is coming to double. And as soon as he goes to double, OG Anunoby's got to sprint out on this rotation to Tyrese Maxey. Jalen Brunson would take Tobias Harris's cut. Josh Hart should be staying home on Kelly Oubre. You leave Batum 2 passes away. You can rotate out of it if a skip pass is made. But you're not rotating. You're doubling and not rotating. Every time. How undisciplined and poorly coached is this team? Miles McBride again! Just guard the ball! It's a screen with Jalen Brunson. I'm assuming you'd switch it anyways. Why are you leaning towards the screen early? You're switching! You have had multiple timeouts to go over this. Miles McBride and Josh Hart. Every time they're in a handoff or a screen, it's a switch. When you're talking and thinking about it in the middle of the play, one person's switching, one isn't, and that was too easy. This is unbelievable right here. This series should be, you're up 6 with 28 seconds left. Why are you in drop coverage? Hedge! Get Maxey out of the lane! Jalen Brunson can get up and backside help on Joel Embiid if he picks and pops or picks and rolls. Oh, easy 3 and then and 1 because of your stupid drop coverage. Oh, and then if THIBODEAU couldn't get worse, one more time. You're up 3 with 11.8 seconds left. What are we doing here? You could ice the screen, keep Maxey to the sidelines, backside help right there for Joel Embiid on the pop. You could also switch. There's no time on the clock. They need a 3. Just switch. Miles McBride gets underneath the screener. Mitchell Robinson has help on both sides of the floor. Everybody's in the gaps. Well, you're running drop coverage. This is the only thing they can do. Are you out of your mind? No. All right, cool. Overtime. What are you doing about this down screen? Does OG Anunoby want to switch it? Does OG Anunoby want to get attached with his arms extended so Maxey can't curl and McBride can get over the top of the screen? You don't do anything. You don't guard this screen at all. There's 6 steps between McBride and Maxey because he just got screened and Tyrese Maxey curled. So now on this handoff, you got to switch. You have no other choice. And guess what doesn't happen? A switch. Josh Hart! Josh Hart! OG Anunoby's in help on the ball. You are not in help. Stay with Batum in the dunker spot. Well, you're just freelancing. Look, the shot goes up. It's a miss. But who's boxing out who? Batum's boxing you out. Key offensive rebound. Bucket +1 for Joel. Tom Thibodeau, Jalen Brunson's dad, whoever else is on this coaching staff should walk to Philadelphia for Game 6. This is a cross screen. How are you not guarding this? Isaiah Hartenstein, you're seeing Embiid doing this. I must jam Kelly Oubre Jr. as he comes through to knock him off his spot so Josh Hart can get on the other side. You don't touch him. You don't touch him. It's going to happen every time. Game 6 in Philly.